Chapter 99th, Step 12, Carrying the Message. 12th step. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to other adult children of alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. When I heard about the 12th step, I woke up, literally, as if someone turned on the light, because the 12th step is about carrying your experience to others, not as a therapist, not as a guru, as a witness, a person who's been through it and can say to another, I know how it feels, I was there, and I got out, and you can too. I'd wanted to write a book since childhood, wanted to give a TED Talk, a 20-year dream, wanted to help people who'd been through the same, orphans, children of alcoholics, those who lost themselves and don't know how to find their way back. All of this lived inside me for a long time but had no form, and now it did. On one of the ketamine sessions, when the body lay still and consciousness drifted, I heard myself whisper, God, help me write a book. Please help me write a book to help myself and others. And right then, like an answer, like an echo, like confirmation, came a phrase from the kind voice. In San Diego lives a writer named Vera. This is a valid lifeline. Not a dream, not a fantasy, a valid lifeline. As if somewhere in the place ketamine opens a window to, this life already existed, and I simply needed to walk to it. And then, from the same place where I'd whispered asking for help, dreams poured out. Not timid, not maybe someday, but clear, concrete, audacious, like everything I did in life when I decided, I want my book to become a bestseller and be written about in the New York Times. I want it to save lives. Not one, many. I want to appear on television, want to be invited as a speaker everywhere. And I'll tell one thing, you can save yourself. I want to live not in vain, to be of use. And right then, deconstruction. Ketamine doesn't lie or embellish. It showed of use is the same formula. Grandmothers, useful means needed. Even the dream of a book I wrapped in the packaging of usefulness. Even here, at the very bottom, on ketamine, lying with closed eyes, the perfectionist kept working. The book must not just be written. It must save lives, become a bestseller, get on television. Otherwise, why? But behind the perfectionist stood something real. The girl who at 6 sold newspapers to earn her first money, who at 14 wrote articles for a newspaper and received her first real paycheck, who her whole life wanted to tell her story, not for usefulness, but because inside there was so much that staying silent became more painful than speaking. This book is my Munchausen. Pull myself by the hair from the swamp and tell about it so that someone nearby recognizes their own swamp and their own hair, and tries to. I want to popularize the idea of ACA among people in AA who've been confessing for 30 years without ever digging to the root, among people who don't believe in God because what they need is not God but a loving parent grown inside, among people who need instructions because just love yourself doesn't work when you've never been loved and don't know what it looks like, among the thorough, analytical, controlling, like me, who need data, steps, specifics, who want to know, what exactly do you do when you're empty inside? I want to help those who sit in isolation, because isolation is a habit every adult child of an alcoholic lives with. Isolation is emptiness. On ketamine, I saw this literally. You lie in emptiness, hang in space, and the emptiness doesn't fill. It simply is, but you can live in it, and you can leave it, with a smile, with yourself as a foundation, with the feeling that your life will play with colors and you yourself create it. I wanted to create a healing program, comprehensive through body and through word, through meditation and through naming, through dispensa and through ACA, through breathing and through reparenting. Everything I went through and described in this book is not a set of random attempts, but a map, my map, which might become someone else's. All of this is the 12th step, not a separate dream, a continuation of the work, because the 12th step says, you don't heal in solitude. You heal when you share, when your pain becomes someone's comfort, when your experience is not a shameful secret, but a map for those who walk behind. There is a way out. It's ugly, it's slow. It has setbacks and relapses. It goes through a knife, through wine, through insomnia, through hatred of yourself and your child, through 12 modalities without result, through 4 months and back to square one. It goes through everything I've been through and described in this book. But it exists. And this book is the proof, not that I healed, but that I'm walking, every day, one step at a time, the way I've walked since age 6, so only now not away from something, toward myself. The ACA book became my Bible, and this book, my 12th step, my testimony, not for me, for you, for the one who reads this and recognizes, for the one who thinks, this is about me, for the one who's afraid to begin. Begin. The first step is 4 words. I cannot control this. And then, one at a time. Like me, like all of us. Like adult children who finally grow up, not on the outside, but on the inside, and become the parents they never had. This book is a mass sponsor and fellow traveler, walking alongside you as you work the steps. If you need a real person, write to me, faithwithinyou@hotmail.com. What comes next is not a story. What comes next is a map. For those who want to know not only what happened, but what to do about it. The 12th step says, pass it on. This book is my 12th step, and the next part is the map I drew for myself, but maybe it will be useful to you too.